So I just want to share some Python code with you for working with IP address. So first thing I want to cover is the Python code to add a list to dictionary. So we have a dictionary called data, and we have three interfaces, and we pass the three interfaces all as a value space key. Dictionary as a key and as a value. Now the value can be a list, so it's a way of getting multiple values into one value. And you can see I've created interfaces. Three interface is the key of the dictionary. So the dictionary is clearly braces every side. Create a dictionary where values can be variable length. We make it a variable length list by using the asterisk here. So if I do print data.values, the values, and then if print data space in a slightly different format. So if you're ready for that, let's just do that. See across the side. When I just print data.values, it returns a different object. When I print the values, square brackets, then I get object. I put type. If you're unsure what data type it is in Python, just put type. I'll run this. There we see us, and obviously that one, because if I run it again, class list. Doing that. So good, right? So that's just one feature of what we're about to look at. So I'm just right. I've got two other bits of code here, and they both do similar tasks. So what I'm using is import socket on this one, and socket is basically a combo of IP port. We're using psutil, which is the great thing about VS Code is if you hover over a cross-platform library for retrieving information on running processes and system utilization, CPU, memory, disks, network, sensors in Python. So supported platforms, Linux, Windows, Mac OS, and so on. So covering most of our operating systems. So here we say, we create a variable and we set it to a dictionary where the key here is socket.af inet, IPv4, IPv6, and then we duplex, we're checking whether it's full, half, or unknown. This is the main function, def main, and then we're basically collecting stats. We're saying for each NIC, for each network interface card, and for each address, we just want to return additional information, and the network card stats. Then we want to print one. We're also using, I think if you pull up here, bytes to humans, all it does is bytes human friendly format, so bytes or megabytes. So at the end, we're just going to print the output, and we're going to broadcast address and that. Sorry, point to point tunnel, then it will. So I'm just going to clear this output, and now if we run it, there we go, straight away. That was quick. So we've got. I'm not going to show all of this because I don't want to. I don't want to disclose everything, but here we can see we've got loopback. So back ENE2S0. So that's my main card. The incoming 3.6 gig. Running it gig duplex full. IP address, broadcast address is 1/24 network. F be expected, and there we see my tunnel. So I've got a VPN connection at 10 megabytes, and WLPS4, that's Linux Wi-Fi card, wireless card showing up. And I've got Wi-Fi switched off on my PC, which I'm currently demonstrating this to you with. So, this is the other version I just wanted to show you. So I'm also using tabulate. Tabulate really just shows it shows the output in a more tabular form, should we say. So again, we're using psutil. So if you take away anything from this video, then it really is usefulness of cross-platform. Credit to Lars, Ross and Kilda. Find this code on the page. I thought it would create it to you. And if you do any kind of work with me, engineering and so on, then yeah. Right up your street, shall we say. So we've got the init function where we get an instance, and so it can be inet 6 link AF link for addresses associated to each nick stored on the system as a dictionary whose keys are the nicknames, and values is a list of names people's address assigned to the nick, more than one. Scanner, so that's a method within the class. If you're not familiar with object-oriented program, then the class object has method, and then we say the interface address, the broadcast IP, which belong to the instance. Then we just break through them, and then we the address of the address object, the net mask of the address object, and the broadcast address of the address object. And we're appending those to a list, and then at the end we read that list for each one. So then we return and tabulate. Tabulate is what the format a fixed width table for pretty printing. So yeah, some of you might have used pandas or so on. Really, this. Yeah, so yeah, and then at the end we just convert that object to a string. So self.scanner returns table, and then we convert the table to a string, and then we print the string right here. So at the end we have the main driver. If name under name equals main print network details. So without further ado, let's run it. Just make sure you save it first. And there we go. We've got quite a nice table with yeah, loopback address, wireless network, wired network, and then I've got AV running, so, and that's dynamic, so not really worth trying to actually static. So there we go. Hope this has been kind of a whistle-stop introduction to using psutil and using lists with Python dictionary. So if you're coming from network engineering side, then probably Python is where you want to add some knowledge, and vice versa. So yeah, I hope this has been interesting, and I'll be back soon with some more videos for you. So thanks for watching, and subscribe if you like this one.